just do a little bit of a walk around my CNC table here. This was a table I've probably made 20 years ago. I didn't have the money to buy one at that time, so I made this up. Couple of things that I would have done differently, but we'll go through them later. Very simple table, XYZ table. I put a torch height controller on it when I did it, and it doesn't run off the original plasma anymore. It was originally running off a Mach 1000, which is actually down here, which I use on the hand torch. That machine wasn't really quite big enough for what I was doing. I wanted to pierce with bigger sort of plate sizes. Very often sort of I was cutting 3/4 upwards. So I actually went to a GYS cutter a few years ago, which was quite a bit cheaper than the Hypertherm machine. It's not switched on at the moment, but I will switch it on when we go to do a little cut with it. We run the tables on Windows XP. This is its third PC that it's done in its life. What I always do is have an old XP machine in a box ready to use if I need to, if this unit fails. They're old tech. I mean, I have got in the cupboard, I've got some stepper motors and a card that will run off USB. This is still parallel port stuff. So it is very old tech, and it will at some point all become obsolete where I won't be able to get anything for it. I keep wanting to build up another table, but time constraints and everything. Anyway, so here it is. Here's a load screen. I run a Mach 3 CNC controller, which most people who've got these tables do run a Mach 3 CNC controller. Very easy, very cheap. You know, once you put all the native ports, pins, etc. into it, it will run anything. It just works like a printer. It just looks for where the stepper motors are and just drives the bed along accordingly. I also put a torch height controller on the table, which is around the back here. Let me just show you this. Let's just have a quick walk around the back here. Which you probably can't really see, but anyway, it's a Campbell's design one, which I don't think is any longer in existence. I think it was a guy who just used to sort of make them in America. I mean, I don't know if Campbell Design's still about or not, but I couldn't find anything for it when I thought torch height controller was playing up. So if that goes again, that'll be an excuse that I'll have to build and change the control mechanism and probably build up another table. The two things that I would do differently if I built up another table is I'd make the table a bit longer. Most of the sheets that I want to cut are these. The 2x1s or 2x1 1/4. Take 1 1/4 on the bed this way quite happily, but the two will be hanging off the bed somewhat. So I'd like to probably go to a little bit bigger table if I did it. Run a double ball screw if I rebuilt table. These slats weren't original. Originally I had a set of wavy slats in there. I always have a stack of these ready to go on the table if it needs another stack of these. I've run them with quite tight space, quite wide spacing. I can tighten them up. I can drop more slats in depending on what I'm cutting out. As you can see, I'll cut these sharp tooth ones out because obviously the work sits a lot better. It doesn't keep cutting through them. The other thing that I did in time is I put this big fan extraction system on it. So the whole table draws all the air down and into this gully and out. It works quite effectively, and I've also got a second extractor above the table. So although it doesn't get rid of 100% fumes, it's a lot nicer than cutting in water, which is just end up with that black filthy water. Just switch that fan off. So what we're going to do is just load a piece of material on there. I've got some cutting out to do, and I'll just show you the table working. I've loaded the material on the table. we just used a little chain hoist on a beam above it. I've got a magnet, a cheapy magnet I bought, works very well. I mean, I can put sort of 20mm inch plate on there, no problem at all with that. I think, yeah, 600 kilos that's rated to that magnet, so as long as it sticks, it lifts it on there quite nicely. Just wanted to show you this little one that we bought as well. This was quite cheapy Chinese. I think it was 50 quid when it came out. I think I bought it directly from China. Can't remember where I got it now. I say it was quite a lot of years old, but it's always worked well. Just means that I can do all the movement from, I want to set the table up or zero anything, etc. As you can see, focus. As you can see, when I turn the dial, that's my Z axis, and I can do likewise by just switching between the axes when I want to do it. Right, so this particular program is just loaded in there. It's showing me what it's going to cut on the far end of the screen. This should use most of the material up. We're going to stick this into work and cut some material out. Okay, well, it's just finished that program. We just run through. Each one of these brackets was taking 118 seconds to cut. We're on 3mm material. As you can see, it makes it look easy to work. It would certainly be hard work to make all these by hand. Very time consuming. So for what I want, this table is ideal.